My name is TJ, and you suck at Battlebit. You're still on the spawn screen trying to decide what gun to use, so yeah. Let me waste an hour or two of my time to help you with that. Let's get started. So obviously there aren't a lot of choices to pick from if you're just starting, but I'm gonna show you what I picked to get started, and I hope that your little chihuahua brain can make a decision before you launch the game again. Let's start with something that most people don't use a lot. Pistols. I've been using the M9 Beretta since level 1 and I think I got like 10 kills with it by now. The only reason why I use it is because I had a skin for it and I hadn't unlocked the Unica yet. So if you ask me, and let's face it, you're asking me, the M9 is good as a pistol because of the amount of bullets you can put down range. There's no limit to the rate of fire, so if you ever had a girlfriend, you can just let your fingers do the blasting. Attachments on the M9 don't really matter in my honest opinion. I simply use it as a panic button when I'm reloading. But as soon as you get the Unica, switch to that. It can be handy to finish off that low HP guy that's running away. And if you add a red dot and a laser, you have a pretty nice secondary that's powerful. SMGs. No, you don't have the Vector unlocked yet, otherwise you wouldn't be here, right? My recommendation is that you stick with the MP7. The UMP is nice, it's manageable, but the MP7 can be turned into a laser beam. It's also a good thing that you have it unlocked from the get-go. For the attachments, really depends on what you want to do with it, but here's what I use. Since you're low level, just pick whatever has the most green numbers and put a red dot on it. If you ever hit level 70, the Vector is going to be waiting for you, ready to fix your KD and that broken ego. Rifles. Alright, now listen here, okay? Don't let anyone know I told you about this, but you can play the M4 or AK-74 until you unlock that AK-15 thing over there. With some practice, you can do a lot of damage in a very little time. The AK-15 can even be turned into a DMR type setup where you can kill enemies with 3 shots. Same goes for the SCAR, but you don't have that unlocked yet, do you? No. So use the AK-15 if you want high damage. For anything else, I'd stick with the M4 or the AK-74, it doesn't matter which one you pick, just stick with it so you get all the attachments. It's always better to have one gun maxed out than to have 3 guns with only a red dot and a stubby grip. Again, here's what I use on the AK-15. Same goes for the M4 and the AK-74, I basically run the same attachments all around. Sniper rifles. I highly suggest that you ignore the DMRs and just use that AK or SCAR setup I just told you about. The DMRs in game have way too much recoil and about the same damage amount as the AK and the SCAR. As for bolt action rifles, you only got one choice if you're low level. And if you aren't a fan of long range sniping, I'd say take the scope off and go fight some short to medium battles with the SSG. Once you unlock medium scopes, you don't have the scope glint problem. What I mean by this is that other people can see the scope glint on long range scopes, even through foliage and trees, bushes, all that. I'm not a big fan of sniping anyway, because I'm one of those people that can't really sit still for more than 5 seconds in game. But I've seen some crazy long shots on YouTube, and I'm sure with a lot of practice you might be able to get a hit marker or something at 800 meters. Bolt action rifle damage increases over range, so once you level it up, put the Ranger muzzle attachment on it and go to town. I mean, go camp in a corner somewhere. Machine guns. You have to be level 20 to unlock the M249, and if you aren't high enough level, I'd say just ignore the support class. You can play any class you want and reach level 20 and come back to it if you want. I couldn't get used to the 40 round support guns personally, and I simply played something else. If you're a dedicated support player though, go for it. I don't see a lot of ammo boxes scattered on the map like I do in Battlefield games, and people are really thankful if you give them ammo. The XP you gain as a support player can be kinda lackluster when compared to medic, so keep that in mind if you want to level up fast. The attachments I use might not be what you expect, as I don't use a bipod or any long range scopes. I use the M249 more as a rifle than a MG that has to suppress people. First shot kick can be pretty high depending on your attachments, but the recoil after that can be pretty minimal. So just keep spraying until your gun stops going pew pew. Here's what I use. Personal defense weapons. The honey badger that you unlock first feels pretty garbage to me personally, but man oh man, the Groza is next in line. A simple red dot, red laser, the BAMF muzzle, whatever it's called, and it's done. You now have a weapon that can turn the nicest, friendliest player into a rage-spitting mic swallower that has definitely had his way with your mom a couple times. The good news is, the damage is decent, recoil is very manageable, and all of Reddit and the discussion pages on Steam are talking about you. It's always fun to be noticed by other people, right? And so the Groza is a perfect way to connect with those people. As a little bonus tip, I'd like to add that playing the 254 player servers doesn't mean that you're gonna get more kills. I personally just use the big games as a way to get XP by playing medic, flying transport helis, which you shouldn't do because you're gonna crash into a building and waste a chopper. God fuck. And I also enjoy playing squad lead and setting up rally points. To get attachment for specific guns, I play 32v32. Which means a more condensed map, easier to find your way back to the center of the battle, and it's just basically easier to get high kill games in there. So keep that in mind if you're going for that specific unlock. One more thing I'd like to say is that I'm really thankful for all the people that have subscribed, and so I thought why not make a clan in Battlebit and maybe even purchase a custom server in the future. I've chosen a name for us. We are the Below Average Lag Lovers Squad, because, you know, who doesn't enjoy some below average amount of lag? So I put the clan page up here. I'll put the invite code in the pinned comment down below if you want to team up. Feel free to join us. The clan tag is B4L Balls? Yo, who the hell approved this? I hope to see some people in game soon. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.